Welcome back, everyone. This week we watched the new Dragon Ball movie. I was trying to think of extravagant adjectives to put onto it, but I just couldn't think of anything. The new Dragon Ball Super movie, because it's not Dragon Ball Z anymore. Dragon Ball Super, superhero, just came out in theaters about 2 weeks ago. Pretty decent as far as Dragon Ball movies go. If anyone's seen Broly, I think I would say Broly's better, but that's only because it's a Goku movie and this one isn't. It was fine. It was better than I expected it to be, especially after I kind of got the shock of seeing it was 3D, but I didn't realize it was before going into it. Funnier than I expected it to be. Got more serious than I expected it to get once it was very comical in the beginning. A decent mix of the two. A decent six. Nothing too big to write home about, but it surprised me by how good it was, being that the two main characters weren't really part of it. And it's a canon, non-canon, as far as I know. And it was just a good look and get some more view with Piccolo, our main boy. Payson hasn't seen any of the Dragon Ball. I've seen a
Nope.
lot of Dragon Ball.
This is my first anything Dragon Ball, honestly, besides the stuff I've seen on Fortnite. Didn't think it was that bad. Thought it was a good C movie. I'm pretty sure if I was into Dragon Ball, it'd probably be higher up there. But since I'm not, didn't think it was horribly written. Thought the characters were well written. The story was well written. I thought the whole plot made sense, even for people like me who don't know a thing about it. I'd definitely give it a 7 out of 10. Liked, I believe his name's Piccolo or whatever. Liked him. Liked the Gammas. Those two new characters, the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Definitely liked their dynamic. Wish that would have been fleshed out more,
Yeah.
but definitely liked them. Thought Gohan was cool, considering that Piccolo is basically the main hero in this one, and Gohan's kind of like his kind of sidekick ish, but also kind of like fellow hero kind of deal. The thing that hurt me more was this had better storytelling than most of the movies coming up now. So it was very good. It was very refreshing to get that kind of
The
good
ending is got some
storytelling.
bangers.
Yeah, it was very refreshing to get that kind of like good storytelling where you actually the characters might actually die. Like it actually felt like the characters might die. Whereas in most of these stuff, it's like, ah, not really expecting it.
They referenced a lot of the past stuff without like relying on it, which was nice.
Mhm.
Um, Max Cell was kind of like the buffed up, revamped version of one of the previously like biggest threats slash villains in the whole series. So that's why it was so serious to them. Most of those characters, other than the Gammas and the child scientist,
No, he was like 24.
that's right. That's right. Other than the genius grandson, only those three characters were new. Everybody else was longtime characters. I didn't really watch the original Dragon Ball when he was a kid. I skipped kind of straight to Z. I know his father was in it. They might have shown him a little bit. I wasn't sure.
Mr. I don't know what his name is, Mr. Satan or whatever.
Something like that. Oh no, him, Mr. Satan. He's a gag character because he's a normal human who has like zero power, but just always happens to be in the right place at the right time and is a huge showboat. So all of these like world-ending things that keep getting beaten, people think it's him, and so they think he's this like absolute Chad of a man, like the world's
Really?
hero. Yeah, no one knows about Goku or Vegeta because all the fights happen outside of like where people are because they bring them there. So, but before they've had like very public tournament arcs and things always happen, and everyone's like, Mr. Satan, just whatever. And so they think he's the greatest ever. It's really funny because he has no idea what's going on. It's a good show. It's not complex with their plot. It's a lot of just fighting,
Yeah, it
powering
didn't
up.
seem complex at all. So
The whole show, a lot of fighting, a lot of kind of just powering up, one upping each other in power. There are stakes, as in people do die several times. The same people. Some people don't. Most characters, there are some that have died and stayed dead and are permanently dead, but several other characters have died several times and come back. But it's a fun universe. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and it was fun seeing that the movie knew how to take a joke and make jokes at itself because it
yeah,
did a lot.
yeah. So wait, when you go Super Saiyan, does it correct your eyesight?
Yeah, stuff like that. They never touched on that before. That just this kid had glasses, and then all of a sudden he goes Super Saiyan, you throw him away. It was really funny. The thing is his dad is Goku, And
Hmm.
in the very beginning of Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta, who was training off with Goku, came down because he was a different character then. He was actually a villain at one point. Came down to like conquer Earth, and he saw the sun, and he had a little scanner, and his power levels off the charts, and he was a baby. So he has the potential to be the strongest being on the planet, but he's a nerd, and he doesn't want to be. He just wants to be a doctor and research geology and stuff. And that's why Piccolo's so upset because he's a through and through martial artist. But yeah, it's constantly just like villain, one up, one up, one up, wins. Everything goes down to normal. New villain that's even stronger. The villain smacks around the weaker characters, and then Goku and Vegeta pair off one and one. They both get beat. Something happens, and they have to risk it all, and then just over and over again. But each time they kind of are creative with the villains. It's a
Yeah.
fun little universe.
This is the kind of stuff that used to be in comics that no longer is anymore. That's why everybody else is going from comics to manga now. I will say though, I'm not a big fan of like the anime kind of art style as far as like TV shows go. This
Oh, the
I
TV
like the
show or the this?
like just in like general, like as far as like shows and movies, like that kind of like television kind of deal. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't hate it, but I don't like it either. This
This
was
was
this was I
different.
like this more. If that I like the 3D aspect more than the 2D.
Gotcha. This is not how the show is.
Yeah, no, I like this more. I was mainly just saying like as far as like anime goes and television and like that art style,
Hmm.
it's not really my favorite. Like it's more of a hit and miss at that point. But I did like the 3D aspect that they did with this one. So
Okay,
it,
so definitely portions of this movie are canon.
thank you everyone for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews. Join us next time when we'll be watching movie TMNT. It's a 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles animated movie. And we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.